When I think of who my hero is, of course, the first person who comes to mind is my mother, Shay Scott. She is a leader in Delaware in the health administration space, and she has just been such an amazing role model, but she's also a hero in her community and her ability to really serve the needs of the people in Wilmington. It's been a blessing and a privilege to see her growth and her acceleration from entry grant writer to CEO of the organization, leading them and managing multiple sites. More than just seeing her being my hero in that respect, as a mother, she has given so much of her life to my growth. She is my first mentor. She's the person I go to with all my questions. She's who I look up to in terms of my diction and, how I can align myself with the work that I'm doing. Even on an intellectual level, I can look to my mother and see the resources that she's tapped into and how I could use those in my own life.
My high school history teacher, God bless, I don't remember her name. I wish I could. I wish I could tell her that she's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because if it wasn't for her giving me the idea that I could be an educator, that I could be a teacher, I wouldn't be here. I don't know where I would be without her and her support. And same goes for my father. Recently had a very, very, very touching moment with my father over Christmas, and he means the world to me. I hope every day that I have left that I measure up to the man that he has been for me. I don't think that a lot of men, a lot of little boys out there have men in their lives like I have my father in mind. If I can be that for somebody, that would mean the world to me.
First name that comes to mind is Crystal Hercules. She was my mentor and my manager when I worked as a tutor. She also kind of stood with me in my first year of grad school, so she saw a lot of ups and downs, but she was somebody who really, really believed in me and supported my growth throughout that whole process in that year that we worked together. She constantly validated my feelings, but would never ever let me walk away without having an action plan or a process to move forward. So that was really, really helpful in making sure that I was held accountable, but also didn't, break down during those first years because they were really hard. But she also really helped me craft who I want to be as a leader. So that was really important. Best and favorite teacher, I am very blessed that I still work with her. Autumn Green, who is our instructional coach and was my second year graduate professor, is hands down my favorite and most supportive professor and teacher, and somebody that I've learned a lot from. She is always challenging me to push my thinking and really, really holds me at those high expectations, but truly sees my value. She has great suggestions and really helps me become a better me, whether it is me as a teacher or me as now a leader. So I'm really appreciative of her, and like I said, very blessed that I get to continue working with Autumn because she's just been somebody who's been a solid person and somebody I really look up to. Of course, my parents, I wouldn't be here without them. They are Midwest farmers, so they really taught me a value of working hard and really appreciating the little things in life. Growing up on a farm will really do that to you. And lastly, of course, is my partner, Garrett. I love him so much and appreciate him for being my biggest cheerleader and supporting me no matter what I do, because I'm always dipping my toes into new things and taking on a lot at one time.
Yeah, when I think about just personally, how my everyday heroes have impacted my life, I think about three specific heroes. I think about my mother as one of my earliest heroes. She is just a passionate community servant through and through. I'm an only child, and my mom has been a staple in our community as well as in our family community and our friendships all of my life. I can remember as a child her opening up our home. We had a small row home in Southwest Philadelphia, and she was always willing to allow my friends to come over and, just to kind of chill, at our house and listen to music and have a safe space for us to be. When I think about just the impact that my mom had on my life and in my, I would say, focus as a community member, that I see that spilling throughout my life and how it's kind of shaped me as a person. Think about my dad, who is a soldier, and he has always been one that told me, baby girl, whatever it is that you do, you need to be the best at it. And he was a bit of an unorthodox type of teacher and a tough love kind of guy, but he instilled in me a drive for excellence, and I'm just incredibly grateful for that. So he is my hero because of that. And then I think about my husband, Leland, who is just like a man that is a community servant. He walks with kings and a common man, and he never forgets who he is or where he came from. And so that just really inspires me. And I also appreciate that, he always took time to, he's a fun dad, and he's always took time to smell a rose. And so when I think about it, he is really, really a critical part of my life that allowed me to know that not only is it good to work hard, but you also have to take time to smell a rose and to relax and enjoy life a bit. And I had two specific individuals that really, I would say, took the time out to shape and mold my skills in the corporate arena. One is Bill Smith. He was the president of Cigna Group Insurance. And he taught me, he was a mentor of mine for many, many years, and I was privileged to have him as a mentor as a junior accountant. And he used to say to me, Shawn, you need to focus on the top 3 to 5 priorities. And it's okay to get to make B+ moves. That has resonated with me because I was a triple type A accountant coming in the door and worked a lot of hours to get the job done because I wanted my product to be excellent. I didn't really understand what that balancing act looked like, and corporate is a machine that keeps on moving. So you just really need to know how to set the right priorities, and I appreciate the influence that he had in my life. And the next one is Brent Sanders. Brent is an amazing leader and a champion and sponsor. I appreciate most about him is as he grew up within the ranks of corporate America and I watched him grow, he never lost sight of the fact that you have to not lose your touch with people. You need to have that human element. You have to have an open door. You need to sponsor and grow and develop your talent. And that's something that I don't take lightly. And so it influences me and impacts me because now as I sit as a nonprofit leader in a nonprofit space, I'm bringing all of those learnings from the corporate space into this arena. And I, do my best to make sure that we have opportunities to brush shoulders with our university mentors and get them connected with people in my network, with other people's networks, just so that they can be built up, as well as our scholars that are in our program.
Teachers are often the first everyday heroes in a scholar's life. Wonderful human beings who empower them and identify strengths and creative passions within them. Teachers guide each scholar into discovery of their career and extracurricular interest pathways. Thank you for being everyday heroes. The world needs you.